Currently, we are in the village of TraditionsTetseii. Now, TraditionsTetseii here in the Tamale South constituency. Now, we got here to do some few stories, but we are fascinated by the number of houses we're seeing here. These are ancient houses with a lot of touch on them, and we are fascinated. But we'll show you some clips where there are lights and bulbs, modern bulbs with those touches together, and you see how modernity is having some correlation with ancient things. But what fascinated us again is what is behind us. We understand it's a silo, and this silo is where we preserve seeds for the next farming season. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but what we understand is that it will stay fresh, even better than where you go to the companies to get the seeds from. And that is what it is. This is tradition and culture at its best, and we need to savor it, and that's why we are here. Let's speak to one man here who will give us an explanation as to how this is done. You look at it and it's so interesting. Because of the language, you will get somebody to interpret for us, so we'll call this gentleman to help us out here. What did you use to do this? What are the materials?
Never more than book is on my labisham boma.
Young Changatang ma yable in the water and cannot govern.
They went and brought the termites. Termites. They have their own house, and it's normally built by termites. That was what they went and brought. Then when they soil from that one they brought, and they added some grasses, and then built the soil.
So termites are where they are bored, as you say, where they are, and you went there to get the soil to use it for this one. This is quite interesting. I never knew this. So how does it preserve this? I mean, it's a long time. It takes a long time for the next farming season. And how does it preserve this?
So come on, Kirala. That's what I do. I need to be because I will command part of my I question Labia the Wapam point Kirala.
I couldn't Banjurgan. Now at the bottom, the Kirama that we are. Then Topa Kira will be Katoyi.
Now, in fact, you can preserve farm produce in this silo for well over 12 to 15 months. And to still be intact, it won't go waste, and nothing will affect it.
Nothing will affect it. But you just told me that you use termite soil to build this. So termites are familiar with this soil. But when the food is in, they don't come. They
don't come there because it is mixed with some other materials. Okay. Yes, and that alone drives them away from coming closer to the food that they store in the silo.
Okay. Yeah. How better is this from the other places where the modern trend of keeping seeds to ensure that it stays till the next farming season? Comparing the two.
Ka ngomami tabanang le tim le ponnang ako pelnang en bal nang kapelle saibo para de sa.
So he said that they prefer this one because this is natural methodology, and that one they don't mix it with any chemical, unlike the officers from the agriculture who advise them. They usually want to mix them with chemicals, and those ones are not healthy for human consumption.
So obviously we are getting some education here. We are maintaining culture and tradition, and you come to places like this, that's where you learn a lot of things. The silo preserves for the next farming season. And how long is the next farming season?
Normally we usually have about 6 months period. Okay, 6 months period to the next farming season.
So 6 month period, and it will be as fresh as ever. No chemicals, and this is what it is. And we are here at TraditionsTetseii, and we are enjoying what we call culture and tradition. So you can see how I bend to really come out, and it tells anywhere you go in places like this, you realize that whenever you're entering rooms such as this, you have to bend. And when we ask to really find out, they said, look, there's a tradition of the area. It is a culture actually which has been there for long, and they are following it, so they can't really know exactly the reasons behind it. This is what they met from their ancestors, but what they didn't meet from their ancestors is this one, and it shows you clearly. The switch is here, and let me try put it on if the light is on. Okay, so you see the light is on, and it's fascinating because this is modernity meeting ancient things, or an ancient touch. This one is built with mud, and you can see the touch. This is not modern, but what is modern about it is the light. And if it doesn't fascinate you, it does for me, because how did they hook this one up? They had to use plastic to hold this one, then they fix the light here, carefully fixed. Then the wire goes through to the room, and you put it on. Let me try it, and it's on. For me, it is interesting, and things are changing in our villages, if you ask me. It's not like it used to be again, and the trend or the gap is closing up, because most of the villages are being connected with electricity, and this is what it is. Tradition will not go, culture will not go, but modernity will come and meet it. Now, education on the prevention of malaria is widespread. Anywhere you go, every village, any village at all, you realize that they understand the essence of the bed net. And the bed net, this is the bed net. But this place is the other way around from what you know in the big cities. This one, instead of probably the person sleeping under it in the room, this prevents it right from the onset, from getting into the room. You realize that this is the door, and obviously when I lift it this way, it's likely 1 or 2 mosquitoes will enter. No, I have to cover it quickly, because this prevents it probably than when you are under it. 2 people may enjoy it, but the entire room would not have that protection. So the idea here is that when we prevent it this way, anybody who enters, it could be 10 people in the room, they will all be secured from mosquito bite. And this is also a modern trend of doing things here in TraditionsTetseii.